Have you ever agreed to something and instantly regretted it? You say, yeah, sure, but inside you're thinking, why did I just do that? Maybe it's helping someone when you're already exhausted. Maybe it's going out when you just want to stay in. Maybe it's taking on work you don't have time for. And the worst part, you knew you wanted to say no, but you didn't. And now you're stuck with the consequences. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people aren't bad at saying no. They're afraid of what happens after they say it, the awkward silence, the disappointed look, the fear that someone might think less of you. So instead of dealing with a few seconds of discomfort, you trade it for hours, like sometimes days of stress. And that's where the real problem begins. Because every time you say yes to something you don't want, you're slowly training people to expect it. You become the always available person, the always helpful one, the one who never pushes back. And at first it feels good. You feel needed, liked, appreciated. But over time, it starts to drain you. Let me ask you something. How often do you say yes and then complain about it later? Not out loud, but in your head. You feel overwhelmed, frustrated, even a little resentful. But you don't say anything because you chose it, and that's the cycle. So how do you break it? How do you say no without feeling like a bad person? It starts with one shift. You need to stop seeing no as rejection and start seeing it as protection. You're not rejecting people. You're protecting your time, your energy, your mental space, and those things are limited. Think about it like this. If your day only has so many hours, every yes takes something away. So if you say yes to everything, you eventually have nothing left for yourself. No time to rest, no time to grow, no time to think, just constant reaction. Now let's get practical. Because in the moment, it's not about theory, it's about what you actually say. So here's the first thing that will change everything. Stop answering immediately. Most people say yes too fast. Out of habit, out of pressure, out of fear. Instead, try this. Let me check and get back to you. That one sentence gives you space, and space gives you control. Now you're not reacting, you're choosing. You can step back and ask, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the energy for it? Is this worth my time? And sometimes the answer will still be yes, but at least it's a real yes. Here's the second step. Keep your no simple. You don't need a long explanation. You don't need a perfect excuse. In fact, the more you explain, the weaker your no sounds. Try this instead. I can't do that right now. I'm not available. I'll have to pass this time. Short, clear, calm. That's it. At first, this will feel uncomfortable. Your brain will tell you, that sounded rude. You should explain more. They might be upset, but here's what you need to remember. Clarity is not rudeness, it's respect, both for yourself and for the other person. Now let's talk about the guilt, because this is the real barrier. Why do you feel bad for saying no? Usually it comes from one belief. If I say no, I'm letting people down. But here's the truth. You're not responsible for meeting everyone's expectations. You're responsible for managing your own life. And sometimes that means disappointing people, not out of disrespect, but out of necessity. Here's something that might surprise you. People actually respect you more when you have boundaries, because it shows you value your time. And when you value your time, others start to value it too. Now, does that mean no one will ever react badly? Of course not. Some people will push back. Some will try to convince you or make you feel guilty. That doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means they're used to you saying yes. And this is where consistency matters. If you say no, then immediately change your mind. You teach people that your boundaries are flexible. But if you stay calm and consistent, people adjust. There's also a way to say no without burning bridges. You can combine honesty with kindness. For example, I'd love to help, but I don't have the capacity right now. Or, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'll have to pass. You're not shutting them down. You're just being real. And sometimes, you don't even need to say anything extra. A simple no is enough. It doesn't need decoration. It doesn't need justification. It just needs confidence. Here's a powerful mindset shift. Stop trying to be liked by everyone, because that goal will cost you your peace. Instead, aim to be respected. And respect starts with boundaries. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. At first it feels awkward, then it feels uncomfortable, then it feels normal, and eventually it feels empowering. So here's what I want you to do. Today or tonight, find one small situation, something low pressure, and practice saying no, not aggressively, not defensively, just calmly. Pause, take a breath, and choose your response. Because you always have a choice. Let's quickly recap. If you want to say no without feeling guilty, don't answer immediately. Keep it short and clear. Don't over-explain. And remember, you're protecting your time, not rejecting people. You don't need to say yes to everything to be a good person, and you don't need to sacrifice yourself. To keep others comfortable, start small. One honest no, then another. And over time, you'll stop feeling guilty and start feeling in control. Like, subscribe, and let's keep improving together.